Girl, Maya K. I am so excited about this though. I am not the person that asks people to do stuff last minute, but this happened on Friday. Me making the number one spot on Amazon is the new release. About to pull my boy Rodney up in here. And so yes, we getting Rodney on here because God is faithful. Even when you're last minute, God is faithful. He is faithful, okay? Hi, bro. What's going on?
How are you? For anybody just tuning in, we'll take a couple minutes, let everybody get in here. My name is Rodney Perry. This young lady, Miss Maya, writer Maya K. Douglas, is my friend. And I am an author as well, but I have not done a fraction of what she's done. 15 books. 15 books. Talk to me about how your process has evolved over time.
Okay, yes. So I'm excited tonight. We're here to celebrate the book, but it's been so different. I noticed that the ones that I find the most fun writing are the ones that come to me instantly. I got this
Mhm.
idea in February. It came out April 15th, and here we are. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so it's like the ones that I don't overthink, like my process from when you gave me my first review from that short book of stories years ago. I used to stress over writing. I used to analyze, overanalyze, compare myself to other writers. My name is Maya.
Yeah.
I was named after Maya Angelou. I got a lot of weight on my shoulders,
Right,
right?
right.
So,
Still, and
so
still you rise.
right, it's still I rise. And so I had a lot to really like look forward to, but it was still scary. Not to mention my dreams of wanting to be a doctor was still on my back. So I'm waving at everybody. How y'all doing? So it's evolved. I've become more relaxed, and I've just whenever I get a God idea, I always say it's a difference between a good idea and a God. I just do it.
Ooh.
And like I said, here we go. February, I got this idea. I designed the cover real quick for this devotional. And April 15th, it came out, and I woke up Friday morning, the 22nd. A week later, was like number one new release. What? I didn't even really promote it the way I would have liked to.
Right, right.
So the process has just gotten better because I'm not so hard on myself as a creative and as a writer. So
Now, this is a God idea. Talk to me about this particular book, book number 15, um, number one on Amazon, which is
yes, and
incredible. Um,
thank you.
talk to me
And new
about
releases, yeah.
that idea of it being a God idea. I like that. That sounds great to me.
Yes, I just want to show the book. So the Guy Girl's Guide to College Life. Rodney, did it get dark on your side?
Don't worry about it. You thinking too much. It's okay.
Okay. Okay.
We're doing great. We're doing great.
All right. I
Just
don't
be
want to
you.
be.
You look great.
All right.
You look great. You look great.
Thank you. So yeah, the difference just with this book alone, my first devotional was a book for women with friendships. It was a 30-day devotional. And even that one came to me kind of like in a divine sense. So when I say God idea, I mean like those moments where you are not thinking, you aren't
Hmm.
stressing, and then like an idea comes to you. And I love it. I think Pharrell said it best. Pharrell Williams says it's an honor for God to let us borrow these ideas, right?
Ooh.
Because he said it on the podcast with Kirk Franklin because they don't belong to us. So I'm excited about this particular book. It's a 21-day devotional for young girls to pursue Christ while they're in college. It's a lot of Christian girls struggling. They have double the struggle I had when I was at Temple University, double the struggle and double the social media. And I know it can be hard. And like, yeah, some people may feel like, oh, just you live your life, YOLO, YOLO, right? But some of us, like, we want to live our lives, but we want to live that life for Christ. And that's okay. And so I wanted to encourage young girls. I wish I had something like this when I was in college. And I wanted to be raw and honest. I talk about struggling with pornography as a woman. I talk about being touched at 4. I talk about everything, having to forgive my father and going through different cycles and different things. And so, yeah, this book is a big one. It's a big deal.
So when you take on like these weighty subjects,
Mhm.
are you at all afraid?
No, because I think that's the problem why so many of our young people can't really access freedom the way they like. Like we see it, right? the confusion with who I am, people trying to get their identity together, right? We see all of this stuff. And I think the reason why is because too many of our ancestors were afraid to talk about these things, right? So I can't get set free if I hold it in, and you can't get set free. And I remember Uncle Kirk Franklin said it best. The reason why so many young people in the church leave the church is because the people in the church gave them scriptures but no scars. You got to give me scars for me to understand. I'm not saying you got to tell me all your business, but I love tapping into situations like this because the enemy prides himself on darkness. So if you keep it in the dark, you know, then nobody can get set free. But when someone else hears my story about the, you know, being touched and going through all the things I went through, then they don't have to repeat those same type of either mistakes, or they'll have tools to better deal with it. Hey, everybody.
Welcome, you guys. We're talking to author Maya K. Douglas. Her book is #1 on Amazon right now. The name of the book is The Girl's Guide to College Life. Now, I got two daughters in college right now.
Okay.
Why should they read your book?
I'm gonna send you. Text me your address. Because I know how to represent the kingdom and the culture without compromise, right? So a lot of young.
You gotta say that again.
No, for real. I know how to represent the kingdom and the culture without compromise. And what a lot of young ladies are looking for, you know, I'm not knocking the Cardi B's and the Megs and nothing like that. But these girls are looking for people in the pulpit or in the church who are going to actually live what they preach. But I can do it being cute. You know what I mean? I ain't got to be all raggedy or with the church skirt on and stockings, you know. So they kind of like, where's the girl that looks like me? Now look, this ain't no lace front, but it is a wig. But they want to know, where's the girl that look like me with the lace front, the red lipstick, and that's beautiful, but she's representing Christ. You know what I mean? And so I believe that the reason why your daughters or any young lady will want to read it is because they'll see the representation for kingdom and culture without that watered down compromise. You know, we're both in Hollywood. Like, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, I'm going to take a little longer to get there because I'm not going to sell my soul to do it. Okay.
Wow. And that's okay.
So that's why, because I really show young people how they can love on God, be who God called them to be. You can make mistakes, but also represent the culture without compromising your values or your morals. So,
I'm not sure if you suffer from anxiety at all. My daughters do. Like, what would you say to a young lady that has bouts with anxiety as she's navigating this life? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, listen, I have a chapter in here called Mental Madness. And yes, I did. When I was in college, however, my mother was going to 302 me. I went through deeper than anxiety. I went through paranoia. I went through like really bad nervous breakdowns. So I definitely could speak to this. My first recommendation is, this is something I didn't know at the time. Now I got to pay for therapy. When you are in college, therapy is free. If you go to your counselors on your campus, you should have a free resource at most schools. Now I know for young black girls, they may be like, but I don't want to talk to her because she don't look like me, right? And I understand that. But start where you can. She might can recommend you, or he might can recommend you. So my first piece of advice would be to talk to somebody. The second thing is journal, right? I think we think that God doesn't understand, but if you think about it and you read the New Testament, I think Paul went through some depression, right? So when you understand that, you can talk to God about it, but journal. People underestimate, you know, those people creating those coloring books for adults. People underestimate what drawing and writing and coloring could do. Mo was talking about it. Monique, she talked about the coloring books. So use your journal to express your thoughts, and don't go down to a downward spiral. The last thing I would say is be careful when you're dealing with anxiety, depression, and darkness. Be careful who you let into your darkness, right? Because everybody ain't for you. So my biggest mistake was I was telling the wrong people, like as far as people I thought were my friends, and they didn't know how to deal with it. So if you tell the wrong person, you could actually end up making it worse, because that person, you don't know. I'm not trying to make everybody out to be crazy, but you don't know if that person's like,
what they going through. You don't know what they're going through.
Right. You don't know what they're going through. You also don't know if they envy you. Because see, you could tell somebody you going through something, you on the dean's list. Now they like, oh, she depressed. Now I can make her spot. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be real careful and ask God who to heal, who to share your pain with. Not everybody should be privy to your pain or your process.
Wow. Wow. Maya K. Douglas, author, all around great human being.
Thank you.
You're navigating this world of entertainment. And like you say, you did it without compromising. It's a little bit longer road, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You're number one now. What's next?
You know, I think what's next for me is, so I'm re-releasing 4 of my romance novels. And I'm excited about that on Mother's Day. Not only that, I just landed an internship at a top literary agency that represents authors and screenwriters, right? So it's like God has opened this door for me where I'm positioned in a place where I got a TV show that they know about, and I have a book, another book they know about. And let me tell you something, never be afraid to be a student again when you've been a master, okay? So I'm not afraid.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. What was your question? What was going to be your question?
No, I was going to ask you, like, you know, having you're an accomplished writer, having to go back into that space where you're learning from another person, like, where you like say you going from being the master to the student. That's very powerful. And did you have to compromise yourself to even consider that?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's compromising yourself as much as just compromising your pride. Okay? Because that's what it is, right? You got to be like, pride got to take a back seat. Somebody, if y'all got questions, go ahead and drop it in. I'm not going to keep riding too long. Maybe we're going to do this for about 30 minutes. Okay. So I'll get to that. But to your point, the reason why this is so beautiful is because, one, it's only 10 hours a week, right? I can still run my business. Number two, when God opens a door for you to sit at a table, you have to be willing to learn from that table. Divine Franklin said this. I went to a conference back in February. My pastor had a conference virtual out in LA, and he said, you know, when you have sweat equity in a company, when you serve your way up, when it's time for you to do what you do, you can go and ask for favors. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go and ask people for favors if you ain't got no sweat equity. So I don't mind serving, because at the end of this 3-month internship, if I say, hey guys, now do you want to see my TV show? Now do you want to see my book? I might come out with 2 agents, and by the end of the year have a book deal and a TV deal. You understand what I'm saying?
How about this? It's also, like you say, service. Service is very important. You're going to be in service of someone that's not you at some point.
Yeah.
And whether it be for you later or for you now, that service can always benefit you. I mean, even if it's nothing more than being able to make a phone call, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Shouts out to Flame Monroe.
Hi, yes, oh my gosh, I love, oh my gosh, I'm like fangirling right now. Hi, Monroe Flame. Oh my God,
Shouts out to my comedic superstar friend.
Oh my gosh.
And y'all might be able to even connect one day and write a book together. Who knows? So,
oh my gosh. Hi, love. I love you. You be on the Breakfast Club and I'll be shouting you out because you be speaking facts. Okay. But anyway, let me get back, because you famous. It's my moment. It's my moment. But I love you. I love you so much.
Okay, Maya, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Talk to me about Philadelphia and how it shaped who you are and what you are, what you have become, and what you will continue to become.
Yeah. So, it was rough growing up in North Philly, right? Now I ain't slapped nobody, but we love you, Will. Okay, so but you knew I had to go there, right?
Right.
I ain't slapped nobody yet. No, I'm just joking. But for Philly, it really did shape me. You know, I'm 2 blocks away from where Kevin Hart grew up. He grew up in 15th. I grew up in 17th Erie. So to see a young girl like myself come out of there unscathed, right? Really, I attribute it to, I always say, it's the grace of God and my mother's voice, right? And so, you know, my mama would plant the seeds and tell me what to do and what not to do. And I had to take that and learn on my own. And I feel like it was always this voice. I remember times where I would literally leave a corner and hear about a shooting on that corner later and be like, what the heck? Like, God, you looking out for your girl, you know, when you got purpose.
I was just there, yeah.
Yeah. it's almost surreal. And so it shaped me to be tough, to walk in rooms, and I'm not going to change my slang. I'm not going to do nothing different. Now I know how to present myself and be professional, but it taught me how to love who I am and to be me. And this is why people love, like when you think about the show The Shy, because Lena kept it true to who she was in her writing. And so that's how I am with my writing. If I put a slang term in a book, that's it. Don't edit it out. Don't change it. I know that the Merriam-Webster says it different, right? So Philly gave me an opportunity to really embrace myself and love who I am, and to be able to conquer anything. That's why I could teach it for a year in South Korea and make it by myself. That's why I could be in LA and make it, or New York, or
Wow.
wherever, because it gives you that kind of like tough skin and be
Yeah.
able to weather like crazy storms. So
Okay, let me ask you this. Man, your journey has been crazy, man. You have been writing. Your book is #1 on Amazon right now, and it's self-published. Am I right?
yes, that's correct.
So you've been with publishers. Talk to me about the business of where you are now. Like, self-published, that's another animal. I mean, that's a chance you took on yourself.
Right. And well, the first 3 books were self-published, the one you gave me the review for, right?
Okay,
But
okay.
to your point, the reason why it's a chance is because when you feel like you failed, right, and you didn't see the sales you wanted, hey Philly, somebody from Philly in the building, and when you didn't see that, it can be very discouraging. So just March, just type of March, when God started talking to me again, I was fasting. He's like, I want you to go back. I want you to work on being a literary agent. You can help open the door for people. And I'm like, God, I failed in that business. My books, I'm tired of writing. I need to see sales. And then God was like, do you trust me this time? So
Ooh,
when I get the internship, I interviewed April 14th. I got it April 15th. And it starts on May 2nd. Then the book comes out April 15th. A week later, it's #1, new release. And I'm like, God, you're not playing. He was like, those are my God winks to you to show you that you can do this. So yeah, I had to take another chance on myself. If God is willing to take another chance on me, right, then I had to be willing to take another chance on myself in this industry. And it's funny, speaking of Flame Monroe, I remember watching her stand up with Tiffany, and she said she threw in the towel, and she said God threw it back to her, and that's when she got the opportunity with Flame Monroe. I mean, with Tiffany Haddish. So it's
wow.
kind of similar when you want to throw in the towel, and God is like, but I'm not done with you yet, you know. And so yeah, that's kind of what it is, and that also finishes answering the question, what's next for me. I would love to take this opportunity. I have a literary coaching business now, but I would love to take this internship, learn what I can, and open the door for other people that look like us. Because there's not a lot of Black agents. You know that, Rodney, on the film side or on the publishing side. And I'm kind of
Yeah.
tired of that. Like, it's really starting to break my heart. So,
Uh, you still hear people say that sometimes. I don't believe it's true that Black folks don't read, but you're a direct person that's contradicting that idea. You're
yeah.
selling books. You're #1 on Amazon, which is huge. What can we do to help you keep taking it to the next level?
Yeah. Do I write books for other people? I used to ghostwrite. And then they got on my nerves, so no.
Oh,
And
you'll
you
do
know
it?
what?
Because I remember you had the one book with the guy
And
from
I had 2.
Power.
Remember Miss Berry? Yasmin from Empire. And
Hmm.
then I got one with Nico from Love and Hip Hop. Right. Yep.
Yeah,
And it was a great experience. But what I learned is that a lot of people don't want to pay. You got to pay me to write your book, and it's going to be 5 figures, honey. It's definitely going to be 5 figures. So I think what you can do to really support is like this moment here. Don't let it stay on live. You know, get off live and order this book for a young lady. I'm sure it's even if you're not a Christian, what does it hurt to give somebody God? It's not bad,
right,
right? So hop
right.
off the live and go order the book. It actually is fluctuating, right? So those lists fluctuate every hour. So I've been 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. It's real crazy in the last 72 hours. But
Wow.
buy the book. Buy it for someone. Even my romance novels, when they come out on May 8th, they're being re-released under me. I feel like Ashanti, it takes a lot getting your rights back to stuff. So when you get them
Yeah,
back, don't just put money in my publisher's pocket. Support me now that they're under me. You know,
yeah,
buy the book. And I don't want to hear men don't read romance, because y'all gonna like my romance. Because I make some strong male characters, and it's realistic. It ain't no mushy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you, if you want to support, like Rodney said, how can we help you be better? Just go buy the books, download them. $7.99 for an ebook. What does that cost you? Like, I know gas is $7, but what I'm saying, you can
Now, now,
support your girl.
now, do you subscribe to the audiobook world? I mean, do you have any audiobooks out there?
I don't, and the only reason why is because for a self-published author, like you said, it costs something. And so normally when you have a publisher, they pay for, like, they all of that is included. But with me, I would have to find a great person, pay them to record it, and I think they charge by the hour, which I don't blame them. And you know, artist to artist, I respect that.
I got a guy. I got a guy for you. And he does charge, but it's a really affordable cost.
Okay,
You know,
okay. My brother
and
just joined. What's up, Bill
yeah,
G? Say hi to Rodney Malik. My brother just joined. Okay, well let me know. Keep me posted. He
yeah.
joined late. I
We'll talk
sent
about
him
that
that
after.
flyer like 30 minutes ago. But
A
yeah,
lot of
just
my comedian friends are tuning in.
yes.
Um,
Hi.
what do you say to the person that has a story in their heart, but they've never written a book? The idea of writing a book is daunting to them. What do you
Right.
say to them?
I would say to journal. It goes back to journaling. Don't let your ideas stay in your heart or your head. Start writing something, right? Don't say, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, you might not know how to put it on Amazon and design a cover, but you know how to write, right? So start getting it out. Prove to yourself that your story is worth seeing on paper. Start with the paper in between your pages of the journal. And then you can get to the professional printed paper. I
Mm.
recommend also getting a coach. You know, a lot of people don't want to pay the price, but I'm telling you, like, I just booked a consultation yesterday and it blessed my heart. One of my brothers out in LA, he was like, sis, money ain't the thing. I got to get these TV ideas out of me. So I don't just help with books, I help with that as well. So even if you don't work with me, get a coach, because a coach can keep you from messing up and then having to pay more for editing, because a coach helps you get there faster. It's the difference between walking and driving to your destination.
LeBron James got a coach.
Right.
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 Yeah, I got you. I
Right,
got you.
right. So it's a difference. So I would say start journaling. Don't ignore what's in your heart. Make sure you're being honest with yourself. Write what you want to write, and also don't. I have to be real. I'm too North Philly to not be real. Don't
Right.
assume that everybody wants to read your story,
Ooh.
because they don't. Right, and
So what is
it's
that?
okay.
Educate me on that. What do you mean?
So I think it's important to know that, because what I have noticed is that a lot of people write memoirs or self-help or whatever type of book they want to write. And what they do is they try to find maybe an audience first, which is good. You know, start building your audience before you put it out. But if they don't get enough like likes or people showing interest, then they don't put it out. But the problem is you don't even know who your audience is until you write the book, right? So you can't try to find something that you don't yet know. So I just want people to be encouraged to know not everybody wants to read your story, but that doesn't mean you don't have one. It's just
Mm.
understanding that you have to write it, and then you'll be able to say, oh, now that I've written it, like for me, I wrote this, I knew my target audience after writing it, that it was young college girls, particularly girls of color who are struggling with their faith, their sexuality, all of that in college, right? And I know that not every college girl is going to want to read it. Some college girls are going to be like, girl, I want to have sex out of marriage. I don't want to hear this, right? But I'm not going to be offended by that. I'm talking to the college girl who wants to live for God. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That may
Understood.
narrow it down to only fit 500 people, right? But that's okay. I'll take those 500. Like tonight, I'm speaking Marymount Manhattan College. I think only 10 girls registered. I'm going to pour into those 10 like they 10,000.
Wow, I'm not mad at that at all. Yo, her name is Maya K. Douglas. Her book is #1 on Amazon right now. Tell us the title.
The Guy Girl's Guide to College Life, 21-day devotional. It's the Guy Girl's Guide to College Life. You see, I had to put the
No,
Afro puffs on there.
I love that. Now,
Representation matters.
I love that. Now, what's the devotional? What is that? What does that mean?
So a devotional is basically, usually it's like 21 or 30 days, sometimes longer. And what it is you read one each day. And they're usually broken up into chapters. So, for example, No Institution. I did one called Chosen Path. You know what I mean? Right now I can see that little sun blaring. But you go day by day. You can read it over 21 days. But the good thing about it is then, if you're struggling in a certain area, you just go back to that one chapter. you don't have to read a whole book to get to that chapter. So it's, yeah,
Nice.
you take your time day by day. Thank you so much. A lot of people, they love devotionals because it has scripture. So I have a scripture meditation. I have reflection questions at the end of each chapter. You see like little reflection questions. And then I also have a resource guide in the back for people who are like, well, you're telling me that I shouldn't watch certain shows or listen to certain like music. And that's just more so I believe that. I don't watch certain things. I don't listen to certain things. I can't be abstinent and listening to Trey songs, okay?
You never know. You never know.
So I put a resource guide in the back with full of television shows and music and different things that young girls can listen to and enjoy, you know.
All right. All right.
Hey,
Well,
y'all.
I can't thank you. I can't thank you enough for talking to me.
Thank
Um,
you.
the book is out right now, Amazon, and you're on other
Yes.
platforms as well. I'm sure
Say it again. It broke up.
you're on other platforms as well. I'm sure.
Yes. So Barnes and Noble has it in both versions, Kindle and print. I mean, Nook and print. It takes about 30 days for it to go all over. So you'll only see it on Amazon and print, but give it some time. It'll be available Kindle. Also, it's available on Hoopla. If you don't know about the Hoopla app, if you have a library card, you can borrow the book for free. You know, don't get stuck on that free, but I'm just saying, I would rather you read it if you really want to read it. A young girl and all she has is a library card. I get it. In college, it was ramen noodles, so I get it. But you can borrow it from Hoopla, the library, and I love that because so many people can borrow it at one time as long as you have a library card and have access. And so, hi, what does that mean? Good assist, RP? Oh, I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not-
I'm
but
just trying to see if anybody had
stop
questions, and
reading.
I
You
saw.
just get interviewed. You get interviewed.
I'm sorry. I was trying to answer people questions. People had good questions in there. I'm sorry.
Well, how about we do this? Let's open up the floor. If you do have a question, this is your chance to
Yeah.
ask a question to Maya K. Dollars, and we'll field it right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for popping in and rocking with the live. Her name is there. She's reading. Her name is Maya K. Dollars. Face is beat, teeth is white, lips is red, and she's doing her thing, man. Her book is #1 on Amazon right now. And if you got a college age daughter, now what about the boys? Can we look for a version of this for boys?
So, hey, Chuck, my homie Chuck is on here. What I didn't get to talk about is I do have a conference in Philly in September. I'm excited about this conference. It's called Youth Anthem. It's taking place September 24th and 25th. And it's going to be great. And speaking of the Trumpet Awards, the gospel rap artist, he actually will be headlining. He'll be headlining my event.
Wow.
Yeah, we both from Philly, so he had to show some love. But I say that to say, yes, this will be there for the girls. And I haven't written one for boys, but I am going to have a resource there for boys. I know a couple of Black male authors. There's one in particular. He's a great male therapist. I'm not going to mention his name on here, but but I do support, and there's a lot of great Black men out there who have books for young kings. So I'm definitely going to look out for y'all. The reason why I didn't write one is because if I'm honest, I can't speak to your experience. You understand what I'm saying? And I just think it's fair that men pour into boys and women pour into girls. So, but I'm going to make sure that conference is there, and I'm going to put some resources on my website as well for any mothers who are looking for something for their college boys. You'll see it.
Love it, love it.
Question, y'all.
That question?
My nephew, I saw my nephew hopping here. What's up, Lil Malik? He need to be here.
Shouts out to Gerald Kelly. Shouts out to this young lady.
Hi.
Super talented. She's a writer, a producer. She does it all. And her author, she's an author and a best-selling author. #1 on the Amazon list. That is huge. So you wake up in the morning. Are you checking the numbers and you see it? How do you see it?
Nah. I've never been one for numbers. I'm gonna tell you. Somebody had texted me the day before when I was on my walk, and they said I had to look up the book by the ISBN number. You know, the barcode. And I said, you had to type in the barcode? That you didn't even find the book by my name? So I had emailed Amazon on Thursday and said somebody said they couldn't find my book. And the guy got back to me and he sends a screenshot. He says, no, I typed it in. It comes up as number, like he said, it comes up as the first result. So I said, well, let me test this out, you know, because he could be playing with the algorithm. So I go to check it and I said, wait, number one, not only is it there, but it's number one new release on Amazon.
Wow. Wow. Huge.
And I'm like, really, I cried. And my brother will appreciate this. I looked up to the ceiling and I said, Grandma, Uncle Ronald, if you can see me now.
Wow.
Two of my favorite people that has, you know, going on to be with the Lord. I was like, man, if you could see me now, all them butt whoopings was worth it. Okay.
Maya K. Douglas. Maya K. Douglas, thank you so much for stopping and talking to me. Is that how people find you? They put in Maya K. Douglas, or they put in the title of the book? Well, what's the best way to find it?
Just Maya K, MYA space KAY. You know, you can follow me on Instagram at Writer Maya. Everything is linked in my bio. But if you type in Maya K, all your girl books is coming up. Okay, every last one of them. So if you like romance, you can pre-order those now. But romance, the books will be back out. 4 new books coming out May 8th. These are re-releases. So don't think I wrote 4 books that fast. But yeah, so just at Writer Maya, my website, Writer Maya. You can read synopsis for everything. And that's it. Yeah, no more pre-orders. Yeah, no more discount code.
No need. We want to buy it. I got to get
full price
for my babies. And mad love, mad respect, sis. Well done.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
Well done. All right, I'm jumping.
All right, y'all. Well, he's leaving. I'm staying. See y'all. See you, Rodney. Thank you, babe. Hey, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Listen, let me tell you, I appreciate my brother so much because he hopped on here kind of, sort of at the last minute, but he looked out for your girl. Thank you to everyone who joined, you know, from his page. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget the God Girls Guide to College Life. Sorry for the glare from my ring light by Maya K is available. Let's make this thing number 1 again because, like I said, every hour it fluctuates, right? So it goes like this. And that's just the business, right? But this was a big deal for me because you have to understand that a lot of these books ended up, like, I'm talking, like, I beat out books that are by major publishers. There were a lot of other devotionals that came out that same day and that came out within that week. And my book still ended up number 1. I'm talking Zondervan books, Thomas Nelson. If you don't know Zondervan and Thomas Nelson, they're like the Simon & Schuster and the Random House and HarperCollins of the Christian world. So I'm just humbled by God. I'm humbled by you guys for buying it. Thank you again to everyone who joined. I'm going to hop off. I have a speaking engagement at 8 at Marymount Manhattan College. And if you are interested in coaching services, the link is in the bio. You do have to fill out an application. So I'll make sure we're a good fit. It's not long, but to make sure we're a good fit for each other. And then I would get back to you within 48 hours as far as business days, 48 hours in business days. And then we can take it from there. But for everyone who has a story, be strong, be confident. Your story is valuable, but start writing it before you get the audience. Be your number 1, okay? Perform for an audience of 1, which is God, and then yourself. And then the rest will take care of itself. Thank you guys. Love you so much. I'll see you later.